you realize that
preservatives. Yeah.
the food in the can is almost cooked. It is a little cooked because you can't preserve it in the can raw. So it gets cooked in the can. Like, you got to be eating something from that metal. There's no way.
I guess so.
So like they put, let's say your chickpea in a can, it goes in the can, like as it goes down the assembly line before the lid is sealed, it stops and the can is heated to a temperature to cook the food in the can. Because some people say they cook before they go in the can, but I don't think so. And then they pass it down, cool it down, and they label it. Yeah. But these manufacturing processes, they're work of art.
I think they have to heat it somehow
They have
also
to.
for the
closing.
preserving process.
Yeah.
I don't remember right now.
Did you tell me it's like apples are stored for like over a year or something like that?
Apples, yeah, they call them hardware.
This is a mindfuck. That they're coated in wax or something?
Well, they're not coated. They're like dipped. So apples are dipped in something. You can see it like on your Granny Smiths and stuff. And there's the people who say that the organic apple and the non-organic apple is better for you. I'm a firm believer that organic is good for you, in a sense, but I'm also kind of against the fact that it's 100% accurate, because at the same time, I'll give you an example. The apple that you get the tree, like the apple that is grown on that tree, well, that tree is old. That tree is not 10 years old, meaning that they didn't plant a new valley of trees or a new grove, of trees for you. They use existing trees that were already being sprayed with pesticides. You mean to tell me that the tree itself has never consumed any of the pesticides or anything that's been sprayed on it, or in its roots or in its soil? It's not possible. You can smoke for 15 years and then quit, but your lungs have that effect lasting.
Yeah.
I mean, capacity-wise and stuff like that. So
it's the same soil. They just stopped the
same tree.
pesticides and they said, this is going to be organic.
And it's going to be organic now. I don't believe it. I have a hard time with that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody on a listener is going to tell me that I'm wrong and send me some research. But think about olive trees.
It is a tree white though.
Olive trees are what, 1,000 years old, or like 400 years old. That's why, like, have you noticed
That's crazy.
China has never invaded the olive oil market yet, but they're planning to. They plant olive trees every year. The problem is that the tree has to mature to a certain level to cultivate enough olives, or the tree won't. That's why countries like Greece, Italy, Spain, these countries that have been doing olive oil for like, centuries and generations, they produce because they have the trees to produce. The trees have aged. So with apples, these things are, organic or non-organic, they're dipped in something, and they stay in a warehouse that's perfectly temperature controlled and humidity controlled, that can keep the apple. So the apple that you eat in the winter was cultivated in the spring, and sometimes the apples you're still eating in the spring were cultivated and picked in the summer. So like these apples stay in there for like, I would say 6 to 8 months. They're considered hardware, like at the store.
And what are they? Is there any studies on that coating that they put on it?
Yeah, you have scientists who say that the coating is super safe and you can eat it and it's fine. And like they put it in water and they let this coating like float and then they pick it up and eat it. But you can't pay me to do that. Yeah, produce is it's an interesting business. Very, very interesting. What's the number one selling item in the grocery store?
I would think milk or eggs.
Bananas.
He got it. Why?
Bananas.
Why? Cheapest. It is the cheapest item that you can eat. You get a bunch of bananas less than $1.
I just guessed.
And you nailed it. So
that's a great guess.
It's the cheapest item, and so there's the organic banana and the non-organic banana. But from my understanding,
it's because we're curious, Jim.
When something
please continue.
That's too many parallels there.
When the bananas come into the country, sometimes they say on the exit, you can't prove it, right? So on the exit, these bananas get sprayed to make sure that no foreign insects or animals make it into our country that are not part of our ecosystem. So like a gecko or like spiders and stuff, they come in on these pallets and they get sprayed. That's how like some like supermarkets, they never have a mouse problem and then they get a mouse. Why? Because there was a mouse in the pallet and it made it here to this country. So when bananas come into the country, they come in green, like solid, like unripened at all. There's only 3 or 4 places in Montreal that have the fumigation rooms. So these bananas go into a gas room with a certain temperature and like almost mimics the tropical climate, but in a warehouse. So the bananas get like fumigated almost with a chemical, a gas that causes this atmosphere and makes it like super wet and sticky in there, and the bananas start to age faster at the supermarket. So they bring them in super green, fumigate them, bring them out to you. But the banana's organic, let's say some of them, but they get sprayed with a chemical on the boxes to kill any foreign animals. So are they still organic?